Namaste friends, a very warm welcome to Sayuji Yoga with Prudha and Hardik. I'm Prudha Bhatt and I'm back with yet another video about MCQs of various Hatha Yogic texts. So let's begin. Friends, so now we are starting with a new question. The question number 1 to 10 are already been discussed in the previous video. So please do check the link in the cards or the below box to get the details. The question is, placing both the soles of the feet on the inner side of the thighs, sitting equipoised with straight body is known as A. Padmasana, B. Siddhasana, C. Swastikasana or D. Gorakshasana. And the correct option is option number C. Swastikasana. Now friends, chapter number 1 of Hatha Yoga Pradipika describes the technique of Swastikasana in verse number 19. Which says that Januvorantare samyak krutva padatale ube rujukayah samasinah swastikam tatprachakshate. Now friends, also chapter number 2 verse number 14 of Gheranda Samhita also describes the technique of swastikasana in very similar fashion. Here they have not asked whether it is from Hatha Yoga Pradipika or Gheranda Samhita. But if you see the description, you can easily say that this is talking about swastikasana because it doesn't correspond to Padmasana or even Gorakshasana. So this technique is explained both in Hatha Yoga Pradipika as well as Gheranda Samhita. The next question is, according to Hatha Yoga Pradipika, in Nishpatti Avastha, which type of Nada manifests? Options are A. Bheri, B. Veena, C. Mardala or D. Vimbarda. Okay, and the correct answer is option number B. Veena. Now friends, that we know that there are 4 avasthas of Nada Anusandhan. Arambha, Ghata, Parichaya and Nishpatti. Now in each and every avastha, a specific granthi is pierced, okay? And when the granthi is pierced, a specific sound is heard, okay? So now in Arambha avastha, Brahma granthi is pierced and the sound heard is tinkling sound and unstruck sound. In Ghata avastha, Vishnu granthi is pierced and the sound of Bheri or the kettle drum is heard. In Parichaya avastha, the sound of Mardala or drum is heard. And in Nishpatti avastha, when the Rudra Granthi gets pierced, sound of flute resonating like Veena is heard. Now friends, Nishpatti is the stage where the Kundalini pierces Agna Chakra and Rudra Granthi. And therefore, the sound heard is that of flute resonating like a Veena is heard. I have already given that in different avastha which Granthi is pierced and which are the sounds that are heard. So they can ask you any combination. There can also be a combination that in Arambha avastha which Granthi is pierced and which Nada is heard. So you should be able to know it. The next question is, according to Gheranda Samhita, which one is not included under Sapta Sadhana procedure? Okay, so the options are A. Mudra, B. Shatakarma, C. Pratyahara and D. Niyama. And the correct answer is D. Niyama. Now friends, yoga of Sage Gheranda is also known as Gatastha Yoga. Okay. Now according to Sage Gheranda, it is essential to possess 7 qualities for the practice of Gatastha Yoga. Okay. And to acquire them, 7 types of yogic practices are important. Okay. Very easy. One needs to have 7 qualities to attain Gatastha Yoga, and for developing those 7 qualities, 7 types of practices has to be performed. Okay, so what are the Sapta Sadhana? Shodhanam, which is purification, Dridhata, which is firmness, Sthairyam, steadiness, Dhairyam, patience, Laghavam, lightness, Pratyakshakam, which is inner perception, and the last is Nirliptam. Okay friends, now to have these 7 qualities, which are the corresponding practices? So through Shatakarma, one can have Shodhana. With Asana, one can have Dridhata. With Mudra, one can have Sthirata. With Pratyahara, one can have Dhairya. With Pranayam, one can have Laghavam. With Dhyanam, one can have Pratyaksham. And with Samadhi, one can have Nirliptam, that is liberation. So if you see, in all these 7 practices, we don't find mention of Niyam. Okay, so the correct answer is Niyam. Niyam is not one of the Sapta Sadhana. The next question is, in which of the following scriptures do we find description of Ashtakumbha? Okay, Ashta 8 Kumbhak pranayamic practices. So the options are A. Hatha Yoga Pradipika, B. Patanjali Yoga Darshan, C. Geranda Samhita, and D. Shiva Samhita. And the answer is option number D, A and C, that is Hatha Yoga Pradipika and Geranda Samhita has the mention or description of Ashtakumbhak. Now friends, we know that Hatha Yoga Pradipika and Geranda Samhita both focuses on Ashtakumbhak, but there is some difference. Ashtakumbhak of Hatha Yoga Pradipika are Surya Vedan, Ujjayi, Satkari, Sheetali, Bastika, Brahmari, Murcha and Plavini. Whereas in Geranda Samhita, Ashtakumbhaka Sahita, Surya Vedan, Ujjayi, Sheetali, Bastrika, Brahmari, Murcha and Kevali. Okay. Now friends, if you see the option, they have given the mention of Patanjali Yoga Darshan also. We all know that Patanjali Yoga Darshan does not talk about Ashtakumbhak. It talks about 4 types of Kumbhak, which is Bahya Vritti, Abhyantar Vritti, Stambha Vritti, and one which is neither dependent on Bahya Vritti or Abhyantara Vritti. Okay. And Shiva Samhita, whereas Shiva Samhita talks only about Vana Pranayam, which is similar to Anulom Vilom or Nadi Shodhan Pranayam. Okay, so the answer is Hatha Yoga Pradipika and Geranda Samhita. The next question is, according to Geranda Samhita, which of the following food items are contraindicated for a yoga practitioner, which means one should not consume? And the options are Mudga, Chanaka, Kulatha and Masura. The correct answer is C and D, that is Kulatha and Masura. Now friends, according to Geranda Samhita, in chapter number 5, Pranayam, the concept of Mitahar is explained. Okay, now it is explained in verse number 16 to 22. Now, the verse number 23 to 31 describes the prohibited food which one should not consume. There is a great list, but just to mention a few, that is Katu, Amla, Lavana, Tikta, Brashta, Dadi, Madhyam, Talam, Panasan, Kulatha, Masura, Pandu, etc. are some of the items which one should not consume. There is a huge list. Okay, so I'm not very sure how many you can remember, but be familiar to these common ones which are frequently asked. Now the next question is, according to Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which of the following are not included under the 6 causes which brings success in Hatha Yoga? Now friends, the 6 causes which bring success are nothing but the Sadhak Tattva. Okay, so there can also be a question that which are the Sadhak Tattva? Okay, so the options are Tattva Gnana, that is A, B is Shraddha, C is Nishchaya and D is Smriti. Okay, and the correct answer is B and D, that is Shraddha and Smriti. Now friends, 6 causes which bring success to yoga are known as Sadhak Tattva and are described in chapter number 1, specifically in verse number 16, which says that Utsahat Sahasat Dhairya Tattva Gnanascha Nishchayat Janasanga Parityaga Chadvir Yoga Prasiddhyati. Okay, so what is Utsaha? Enthusiasm. Sahas is perseverance. Dhairya is discrimination. Tattva is unshakable faith. Nishchaya is courage. And Janasanga Parityaga is avoiding company of common people. Now, the 6 causes does not include Shraddha and Smriti. Okay, so the option number B, that is Shraddha and Smriti, does not come under the 6 causes which brings success in Hatha Yoga. The next question is, according to Geranda Samhita, in which season the practice of Hatha Yoga should not be started? Okay, options are A, Vasanta, B, Grishma, C, Varsha and D, Sharada. And the correct answer is, one should not start the practice of Hatha Yoga in option number D, which says that in Grishma and in Varsha, one should not start the practice. Now friends, this is mentioned in chapter number 5 of Geranda Samhita, specifically in verse number 8. It says that the time of the year when one should not start the practice of Hatha Yoga are Hemante Shishire Grishme Varshayam cha Rutau Tatha Yoga Arambham na Kurvita Krute Yogo hi Rodadaha. Okay, that is in Hemanta, which is winter, Shishira, which is extreme cold, Grishma is summer, and Varsha, which is in rainy season. One should not start the practice of Hatha Yoga in these seasons, and if one does so, then it will invite more diseases. Whereas one should commence the yoga practice in Vasanta and Sharada to attain success and to become disease free. And this is explained in verse number 9. Now friends, see here they have asked Vasanta, Grishma, Varsha, etc. But they can also substitute with the English name as if winter, extreme cold, summer or rainy season. So you should be aware about that as well. The next question is, according to Girinda Samhita, which Shatakarma gives Divya Drishti? Okay, and the options are A. Neti, B. Tratak, C. Kapalabhati and D. Lauliki. And the correct answer is option number D, which says that Neti and Trataka gives Divya Drishti. Now friends, according to chapter number 1, verse number 51, it is said that through Neti one gets Divya Drishti, or also known as divine vision. It says that sadhana neti karyasya khechari siddhi mapnuyat kapha vinashyanti divya drashti prajayate. It says that practice of neti kriya enables one to attain perfection in khechari, elimination of kapha dosha, and helps to attain divya drashti. Now, according to chapter number 1, verse number 54, through Trataka also one can attain divya drashti. How? एवं भ्यास योगेन शांभवी जायते ध्रुवम नेत्र रोगा विनश्यन्ति दिव्य दृष्टि प्रजायते. That is, with constant practice of Trataka, Shambhavi Mudra is attained. Defects of the eyes are removed and the divine vision, which is Divya Drashti, is obtained. Okay, so the answer is through Neti and Trataka. Now friends, if you see, it's a very common sense type of question. Divya Drashti related to the eyes. Now with the Neti Kriya, specifically the sinuses and the area around the eyes gets cleared. Again the Trataka, you do gazing through your eyes. So even if you don't know the details, with common sense you can easily answer this question. The next is, according to Girinda Samhita, Kundalini Jagran is possible through which of the following asana? A. Bhujangasana, B. Paschimottanasana, C. Dhanurasana and D is Matsyasana. And the correct answer is option number A, Bhujangasana. Okay. Now friends, chapter number 2 of Girinda Samhita describes various asanas. Okay. But verse number 42 describes the method of Bhujangasana and also the benefits. Okay. According to verse number 42, Dehagni Vardate Nityam Sarva Roga Vinashanam Jagati Bhujangi Devi Bhujangasana Sadhana. Okay. Now friends, what is Bhujangi Devi? Okay, Bhujangi Devi is nothing but Kundalini Shakti. So it says that with the practice of Bhujangasana, one can activate or one can awaken Bhujangi Devi, that is nothing but Kundalini Shakti. Now friends, here also you can apply your common sense. Okay. Now Kundalini Shakti, everyone knows that it is like, coiled in the shape of snake. What is Bhujang? Snake. Okay. So with Bhujangasana, one can do Kundalini Jagran. So if you don't know the details of it, with this logic also, you can answer this question. The next question is, according to Hatha Yoga Pradipika, through practice of which of the following mudras the fear of Mahaklesha and Mahamrityu is allayed? Options are A. Mahamudra, B. Mahaveda Mudra, C. Mahavanda Mudra and the D is Khechari Mudra. And the correct answer is option number A, Mahamudra. Now friends, verse number 10 to 13 explain the procedure, okay, and the verse number 14 of chapter number 3 talks about the benefit of Mahamudra. Okay, now friends, this is according to Hatha Yoga Pradipika, as you all know. So it says that Iyam Khalu Mahamudra Mahasiddhe Pradarshita Mahakleshadayo Doshaha Kshyate Maranadaya Mahamudram Cha Taineva Vadanti Vibhudottama. So it says that Mahamudra removes Mahaklesha and the cause of death. Therefore, it is known as the great attitude by the ones with highest knowledge. Thank you friends for joining me for this video. I hope this was useful for you. Please keep on watching our channel for more videos on MCQs of Hatha Yoga Pradipika, and also do not forget to press the bell icon to get the regular updates about our new videos.